Why, hello, Alice. You've come at a good time. We have a familiar face joining us. That's Fairen of Sirenvale. Thanks for being here again.
Of course. Thank you for having me
Yeah,
again.
and thanks for bringing your bubble gun.
Oh yeah, always have to make an entrance.
Yeah, every now both times that you have come on, it's been something a first time for the show. So
Yeah, I know. I'm
uh,
gonna have to keep going with
it's
that,
full
I
of
guess.
surprises, like a Mary Poppins purse. Just what else you got in there?
Oh, for sure. I mean, probably a lot of glitter. Definitely a lot of
Hell
glitter.
yeah! Next time.
Yeah.
Well, you came at a good time. We're about to talk about Sirenvale's new song, Silver Fire. That comes
Yeah.
out June 23rd. And then you also are playing a show at the Underdog.
Yeah, we're playing July 11th at the Underdog.
Hell
It's gonna
yeah.
be fun.
That'd be a good show. And you said Christian's on that one as well.
Yep, he'll be doing his drums and pedals, and then we're still looking for a third act. So, but it'll be a really good time. It'll
Cool.
be Sirenvale's third show.
Nice. How did the Arcane Workshop show go?
It was really fun. I'd actually never been there before. But just like stepping in there, I was like, oh, this is like my type of vibe. Like they have all kinds of like cards and games and things, and it's very fantasy based. Cool murals, and the stage space was pretty small with like pretty minimal PA setup, but we were definitely still able to work with it and like squeeze all five of us on
Yeah.
there.
I wanted to make it out to that. It just wasn't in the cards. I've been
Oh
meaning to get out there too. I've never been there.
yeah, it's really cool. I'm excited to go back again sometime just to play.
Yeah. So let's talk about Silverfire.
Yeah.
This is a song that deals with some heavy themes.
hmm
We talked about a little bit earlier, but I'll let you get into that.
Yeah, so I can just kind of start out by telling you where the song even came from, like why I even wrote it. I was in a writer's round, um, like where we had a prompt every week, and then we had to like follow the prompt. And I don't even remember what the prompt was for this one, which is funny because like a lot of times, like the prompt would like the song that would come from it would be like you would never think it would come out of that, but I think that's the beauty of it. And this writer's round was actually kind of the genesis, I guess, of me starting music again. So Silver Fire was like one of three songs that I had written in the past like 6 years or something like that. It's based off of a scene in a book. The book is called A Court of Silver Flames. It's a part of the ACOTAR series. When I got into reading again, I got into the ACOTAR series and like the spicy fairy stuff like everybody else did. um, and the scene really hit me. So the character, her name is Nesta, and she is just kind of like a really hardened character. She has a lot of trauma. She's the eldest daughter, which is like stuff that I can really relate to. She's not really likable, which I don't really relate to. But yeah, so she's just a very like kind of like stoic, just like stone faced type person. She like hides all of her feelings, which, if I didn't have music, I would definitely relate to that. And she finds herself in a forest at the edge of a bog. And she had had some previous trauma dealing with like sexual things in her life and had kind of carried that around and had never really dealt with it. So she's sitting in the bog and then she sees movement in the water and she sees this creature come up from the water and he grabs her and he pulls her in. She has no time to react, no time to do anything. She just kind of freezes. And he pulls her into the water and he starts touching her and seems like she might get assaulted or something. And as he's pulling her under, she's just like, I'm not going to die like this. And she just keeps having these flashbacks of, the things that had happened to her in the past. Like it's obviously PTSD, which, it's definitely relatable, I think, for a lot of people. And the Kelpie creature is pulling her under farther and farther. And she gets the only weapon that she has, and it's a dagger. And she takes it and she stabs him and she starts to swim away. And he grabs her again, but then she cuts his head clean off. And she rises from the water. And when she rises from the water, she has his head in her hands and she has an army of the dead that rises behind her. And they're like all of the victims of the Kelpie creature that had died in the bog.
Mm.
And they all kind of like stand with her in this moment. And she just kind of transforms in the part in this book. She becomes death itself, and her eyes are blazing silver. So that's kind of like where that comes from. And when I read that scene, it really hit me. And I didn't really even understand why. Like, obviously, like it was a little bit triggering for me because I'm extremely sensitive to that type of stuff in books, like anything that has to do with past assault or anything like that, just because of my own past. And, I've been to like years and years of therapy and I've dealt with it, but I'm still extremely sensitive to it. And I was like, well, maybe that's what it is. But the scene really, really stuck with me. And so fast forward a few days, it's the night before the round, and I haven't written anything. And then I just pick up my guitar and I'm just playing in different tunings. I put it in I believe it's open D minor. And I'm just playing around with it. And then I just get the melody. And I don't know, just something came over me and I was able to write from that story. And it even took me a few months afterwards to realize what I was actually writing about. And even after we recorded it, for it to really like solidify in my mind, because I'm like, the story means a lot to me, but I don't exactly know why. And then I realized I just really saw myself in Nesta. And I feel like a lot of people, women, men, non-binary, trans folk, there are a lot of people that can relate to going through that type of assault and abuse, especially at a young age. And a lot of times, unfortunately, if it happens to you when you're young, I don't know why it is, but it happens to you throughout your life. And that's how it kind of was with me. Um, and there are a lot of people that never got the chance to stand up to their abuser or get revenge on them or dance on their grave or fight back or anything, because there are different trauma responses. There's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. And those are there to protect you. But if you're frozen and you're not doing anything, whatever's going to happen to you is going to happen to you. Fawning is when you're trying to essentially appeal to the person and like appease them in a way, or like convince yourself that you like it, to protect yourself. And I definitely relate to the freezing and the fawning. And I was like, I feel like there needs to be a safe place in my mind to get revenge on these people that have done these horrific things to me that have affected me well into my life. Like, I am 30, I'm almost 31, and these things still haunt me. I still have nightmares. I still have triggers and flashbacks and all of that. And I had all of this anger that was just stored in every part of my body, and it just wanted to come out. And I was taught that, feeling those really big feelings wasn't right. I needed to, give those feelings up. And it's not as simple as just giving the feelings up to God or to whatever. They had to go somewhere. And so I just imagined myself as Nesta, like cutting this rapist's head off and rising from the water and being like, no, I'm not going to die like this. This is not going to happen to me again. I'm going to get revenge. I'm going to get vengeance. I'm going to survive. And not only survive, but thrive, because my revenge isn't just this kind of fantastical world and me, expressing my art. It's also me like doing it in spite of everything that happened. I didn't just survive it. Now I'm thriving. Now I'm making art from it. Now I'm hopefully helping people who have maybe been through these same things, and also kind of showing people that it is okay to express yourself in a gory way, because, art is gory. There needs to be honesty in art. I think we talked about this last time. And if you can't be honest with yourself or through your art, then you can't heal. Mm. And this song has been so healing and cathartic for me. There's a scream in it. We used an Aztec death whistle, and we were doing it in the studio.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what that was.
Yeah, I can't do that. So I actually have nodes, so I cannot scream like that myself. But he had a sample of it. And so we used that, and I was like, okay, let's do another stack of that. Let's tune it down. I want it to sound like there's an army of the dead behind me. Like I want it to like hit you in your bones, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like it definitely achieved that. It's like we kind of made this just like horrifying cinematic, final girl type of song. And I'm extremely proud of it. And I really hope that it helps people because it is for the survivors. Like, as much as it is clothed in metaphor, and as long as it took me to figure out what it was even about, it took a lot of soul searching on my end. That's what this song is about. It is for the survivors. It's a safe place for you to imagine you doing whatever you need to do. I honestly, I really want to take a video of me dancing on one of my abuser's grapes because he died a few years ago. And it's just like, I don't think there should be shame in that. I think people that survive these things, as long as they are not actively hurting anybody or themselves, they need to heal the way they need to. And if that's in a fantastical, made up scenario, then good. I think that's healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, you should be proud of the song. It's great.
Thank you.
And you should be proud of yourself. That's huge. That's so huge. I have to be careful the way I say this because I want to make a specific point here. Um, this is not to victim blame anybody, but when you don't speak up about abuse, it is allowed to continue.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand. I mean, I've been there. I understand why you don't. Well, not you, but why
The
someone
general
wouldn't.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand full-heartedly why someone wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And that's not to blame people for not doing that. But I think it is incredibly powerful and useful to call it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's is listening to you talk about that gave me chills because I mean, if you're listening to this and you feel like you're at a point where that's something you want to do, you should at least tell the people you're close to
Mm-hmm.
or a professional or someone like that.
Absolutely. Don't keep it inside because that type of thing wants you to stay isolated with it, with those feelings and those thoughts. And that's honestly why part of why I stopped singing for a long time is because every time I would sing something, it would be about that. And I'm like, this is such a downer. I don't want people to know this about me. I don't want to appear weak or like I'm a victim or whatever. And it just took a lot of I guess I'm soul searching really isn't the word I'm looking for. It took a lot of intentional knowing of myself and figuring out where these seeds were planted and why it's still affecting me in this way and why I'm ashamed of it too, because abuse and shame go hand in hand.
Yeah, that's a really common one is blaming yourself or just
Mm-hmm.
feeling not even blame, but just yeah, shame.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's nothing to be ashamed about, you
Mm-hmm.
know. It's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know. It's very heavy, and I didn't see
Yeah.
that being just like our second single, but
Yeah.
I don't know how to do things in a small, normal way. Like,
Yeah. I think the way in which you're doing it is really cool because it's not like it is theatrical and like dramatic and like also just like fuck yeah
right? Get you
fuck them
making the
up.
stink face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a really cool approach to that. Yeah.
I think it's because I never had someone on my side to be angry when it was happening to me.
Mm.
I had people that were defending the person or still seeing the person, or, you know, it wasn't validated. I needed someone to be angry. And so I had to become I had to become that angry person, and I had to figure out how to get it out. Like having this conversation right now, I'm like, yeah, I think that's where it was just kind of the last straw. Like this is going to destroy me if it doesn't come out.
Mm,
You know, I'm not going to keep the secret just because everybody else did.
yeah.
Just because this is like a Christian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, um, comes to mind is the memento mori, like, remember you will die. It was
Mm-hmm.
like, the sort of, you know, I've been called brave for speaking out about things, but
Mm-hmm.
personally, it doesn't feel that way. It's, or, you know, just like being vocal about like who I am and
Mm-hmm.
my experience. And I think it's more like, I'm terrified of dying without having done that. It's not really a bravery. It's like some people are afraid to speak up, and I've been there too. I'm afraid not to speak up,
Mm-hmm.
um, or to not be myself.
Mm-hmm.
I had to suppress, like, for survival, more or less, had to suppress my true identity, um, for like a lot of my youth. And it's just the weight off your shoulders to not have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I could never go back
Right.
to that. That terrifies me.
Yeah.
And I know like it's like for trans people, in particular, this is like it's not easy, you know. It's not uh, it's not something that it does. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can call it courage, but it's for me personally, it's like I'm petrified of not being myself, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's also this reminds me of sort of like some magical terms, right? Because it's this a witch is someone who has gone through serious trauma and reconstructed themselves, basically, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And
Mm-hmm.
so there's a lot of like magic in something like that. What it
Mm-hmm.
does is it inspires other people and activates them as well. So I have no doubt that people will be emboldened after hearing your song.
I hope so. It's funny you say that. I'm really drawn to magic, obviously, but I'm really drawn to the story of like something like the phoenix, you know, rising from the ashes every time. Um, you just had Phoenix here.
Yeah, shout out to Goddess Phoenix. Oh my God,
I
what a great
adore
interview.
you.
Yeah, they're so cool. That was such a great interview.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was great. I listened to it.
Oh, cool.
I love them to death.
Yeah.
We've really bonded on a lot of things similar to that. And, you know, they're just a very inspiring person, but just the Phoenix and what it represents is, you know, I don't know. It's just the idea that no matter what happens to you, you can rise back from the ashes. There is something so magical about that, but there's also something so relatable and human and hopeful about that. And with Siren Vale, I'm trying to marry those magical worlds with real life stories, because I think they're closer than people might think.
Yeah, that's
Do you
something
know
I
what
know
I
exactly
mean?
what you mean. I'm a big fantasy nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Like real recognize real. And like I love fantasy novels. I love all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I've always really so drawn to fantasy about is it's like that's some of the realest stuff. Like yes, it's rooted in fantasy, but I mean what you're looking at is truth.
Yeah.
That's a way that someone is conveying something that's true.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like personally, I think sometimes it hits harder that way than like with that kind of fantasy element to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I've been really into Selkies lately and like Selkie folklore.
Hmm. I'm not familiar.
Yeah, so Selkies are basically seal shapeshifters. So they're seals in the water, but when they come out of the water, they can take their skin off and become like human women.
Okay.
And the myth behind it, it's like in Irish and Scottish folklore. So essentially, a selkie came onto the beach and she was dancing in the moonlight, and the man thought she was, of course it's a man, thought she was so beautiful, and so he took her skin and he hid it, and then she could no longer return to the sea. And he married her and she had children, and she was, eventually she stopped looking for her skin. Eventually she stopped because she was like, this is my life now. And I really kind of understood that more on like a vocal level, like when something traumatic in that way happens to you, when your voice is taken, when your skin is taken, you just kind of lose yourself as a person, but you have to adapt to the world. But there's always a part of you that will never feel like full and fulfilled and free. And the story of the Selkie just really, really hit me because she belongs to the sea. She's supposed to use her voice. She's supposed to be in the ocean. She's supposed to be free, but someone took that from her. And those types of stories have really helped me through my trauma and helped me figure out who I am, even if they are folklore. But I think that's why folklore is written, is to help us understand the human experience in a way.
Yeah. You describing that Selkie thing, it's funny how many examples came to mind of, like, as you're saying that, I'm just thinking about, there's like a really common archetype in those like old folklore things about like a man stealing something from a woman, like Maleficent,
Oh my gosh.
Ariel.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that was, I guess, Ursula, but like
Mhm.
um Princess and the Frog, like um there's like so many stories like that that kind of say a similar thing about but then, like, there's also this redemption arc
Mhm.
about like it's like no one really can take anything from you forever, or the story is something like you become more powerful than you were before, like some kind of, like, there always is this like or typically like a like a like a return, or
Mhm.
building yourself back up, like a positive note at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what gives me hope. So I wanted to write a song that was violent, but that also was full of hope. And I don't want to sound like I'm like condoning actual violence. Don't do that. I mean, don't do that. Wait.
Eh, yeah. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
in your
just
mind
yeah,
palace.
just
Go to your mind palace.
yeah, let's say that for the lawyers watch. Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
just so it's on the record. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's the justice system obviously isn't gonna fix our problems.
Yeah.
I'm actually like, one of my favorite, like, what really, like, something that really just like impassions me is I love like vigilante stuff,
Mhm.
like Daredevil.
Oh yeah.
I love like the, like, taking it into your own hands, like not waiting for the police, like Luigi Mangione. This is a big, we
Hmm.
support Luigi Mangione in this household.
Yeah.
My little shrine over here.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I love those kind of stories.
Hmm.
They're just like justice. I guess I
Yeah.
really like justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a lot about what Sirenvale is about. And the more I'm developing our lore, the more I'm just kind of getting into like the visceral honesty of everything. And I'm like, these songs are just going to be real. There's not going to be any fluff
Hell yeah.
because I don't want to live that way.
No, like, be raw.
Yeah.
Be raw. Be
Mhm.
shine on, you crazy diamond.
Hey.
Yeah. No, I think that's wonderful and inspiring. We need more of that in the world.
Yeah.
It's the hero. It's the because it's not easy. Um,
No.
maybe it gets easier the more you do it, but like um it's always hard to do the right thing. That's why
Hmm.
cowards don't do it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like um it's much easier to be evil than it is to be good.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's the path less taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like so funny to me because like if I say something mean about someone, I'm gonna be thinking about that while I'm falling asleep. Like
Mm.
I'm gonna lose sleep over it.
It
Like
hurts you. Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I would say maybe it's just like me personally, but I feel like it takes more effort to be mean than to be kind. I
absolutely.
guess it just depends on the type of person you are, but some people are good at being mean.
It's and it's like pretty well documented that it's like really bad for your health.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stress is like not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm at like a really good point in my life right now. Like,
That's awesome.
um, I think we kind of talked about this last time you were here, but like, I was really into demonology specifically, and working with those entities. And like I had like a really traumatic experience, like had like a full-on panic attack, and it was like in psychosis for a long period of time, which is, I mean, what
Wow.
happens when you do black magic and psychedelics, it's like,
Together.
yeah, it typically always did. I'm totally done with all that now,
Yeah.
but like I've got a bunch of stories of doing stuff like that in my 20s where it this is not the first time I've gotten burned.
I mean, I'm very curious.
We'll talk about it more later because
Okay.
I've told all these stories on the pod before,
Hmm.
and I don't want to repeat myself too much.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I've got tons of stories we can get into. Um, but my life over like the last 2 months
Hmm.
has just been so good because I'm not trying to make anything happen. I'm not trying to like bend the world to my will.
Yeah,
And like I'm just going with the flow and
yeah.
trusting the process. And it turns out that like things are just falling in my lap,
Hmm.
like the world is conspiring in my favor because I'm letting it happen. I just got out of my own way,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And it took me like this long to figure that out.
Hmm.
Is like the more you try to manifest, personally, maybe it's different for other people, but I have found like the more I try to manifest, the more problems I cause for myself. Whereas if I just take my hands off the wheel,
Hmm.
everything just starts like coming to me.
Hmm.
Um, fascinating. Like I just now learned
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. When you let go of control a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's a
yeah,
hard thing.
yep. And I feel like it's brought like um, the right kind of people into my life.
Hmm.
Just like I've changed my nature, which like has like attracted the right kinds of people,
Yeah.
and it's just been overwhelmingly positive.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really happy for you.
Thank
That's
you.
definitely a journey. I can't imagine going from such a dark place like that to where you are now. That's great. Our 20s are weird. I did some weird shit in my 20s too, like not necessarily like spiritual as much, but I just made a bunch of bad decisions. My life
Mm.
could probably look a lot different, or maybe I would have gotten farther faster, but I'm really glad that it's going well for you.
Thank you
And
so much. I
it's
appreciate
important
you.
to have the right people in your life because they do influence you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I make like a very conscious effort to surround myself with people that are comfortable telling me I'm wrong.
Mm,
I don't this is something that it's not easy, but it's like I will tell my friends when I disagree with something they're saying or doing,
yeah,
because I love them,
yeah,
you know? And not only do I want that from people, I expect it. I demand it. Like
yeah.
what do you mean you like, hey, I really had an issue with something you said all like a year ago and I've just bottled it up. It's like, okay, well at this point, like why didn't you tell me that?
Hmm.
Like because I'm a fool and I'm wrong often.
Yeah, we're human.
Yeah. So it's like, can you please tell me if you see me doing that,
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
the worst when someone's quietly resenting you and you're
Yeah.
like, what?
It's like
What did
thanks for being a good friend. Like,
I do?
like just tell me.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
don't and I mean I can be like I could see how sometimes it would be I try to not I try to be approachable with that kind of stuff. But I could also see why that would be intimidating to someone, like where they don't feel comfortable doing that. And I try to, it's a very conscious effort to surround myself with people that do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm very fortunate to have like a good base around me. It seems like you do too. We actually have a lot of mutual friends.
I know, yeah.
It's like we have such a overwhelmingly positive community and network around us.
Yeah, it's all intentional. Like, you know, my life really started turning around when I found the right friends and the right people. Shout out Camden and Landon.
Hell yeah.
I moved in with them when I moved to Nashville, and you know, I was just shown, you know, what real good friends are, especially, you know, guy friends. Guy friends are hard sometimes. You know, I have this tattoo for them.
Aw.
And it's like there's a song called Just Like a Daisy. Like 10 people know it. But it's our song. So we all have daisy tattoos.
Aw.
And then Christian, of course, like, you know, I didn't know how much I needed kindness in my life until I met him. I didn't realize that it was missing even.
That is so sweet.
It's just he is an actual ray of sunshine. Like
that's been my experience as well, as he is just a ball of light and makes me smile every time I see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can be like really moody and just kind of like a rain cloud sometimes. And he just always, you know, brings the sunshine, then a rainbow happens.
Such a great smile too. Yeah.
I know. He had such a sweet smile. Sorry, I don't mean to like be gushing, but
I feel the same way.
Everybody has a crush on him, I feel like. I'm like, he's mine. I mean, I get it, but
yeah. He's playing a show this weekend, right?
Yeah, he's gonna play. I think it's at the 5 spot. I could be wrong. He's playing like a billion shows.
Oh, with Sick Fucks
coming up.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say something. I guess what have you been listening to?
What have I been listening to? Ooh, I've been getting a lot of inspiration lately from Castle Rat. Have you heard of them?
Castle Rat.
Castle Rat. Yeah. They describe themselves as a fantasy doom metal band.
Okay, that totally makes sense.
Yeah. And they even have a song called Siren that I listen to all the time, and I've learned about kind of their lore. And the lead is Riley Pinkerton. It's a female-led band, and they make their own props and everything. And I'm just like, whoa, like this is who I want to be in less than 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
They're tearing it up. They're doing great. They opened for Death Clock in Nashville like last month or something, and I miss them. This always happens. I like become a fan of a band right after they come to Nashville. It was the same with Ethel Cain. I don't know what it is, but it happened with them. So I hope I get to see them soon.
Hell yeah. Been reading anything good?
Yeah, I'm still reading Women Who Run with the Wolves, which is an intimidating book to say the least. It's one of those books that you have to have like a highlighter and a notepad with while you're reading it. It's like a lot of myths and legends and stories about like women overcoming different types of things and different archetypes. And I'm actually, you know, I'm kind of in the middle of like building our album, and I'm using a lot of these stories and influencing that type of those types of ideas and things in the song titles. And it's really helping me write the album, which is interesting. I didn't see that happening from just like one book, but it's just been like inspiration. And then I also I really like gothic horror. So I've been reading a lot of that. I have to be careful reading too much horror though, because I am nightmare prone, as we've discussed. But I just love it. I don't know what it is about horror. I don't know if it's like the intensity of like feelings, or like if I like fear a little bit. I don't know what it is, but I like the spooky shit.
Yeah, same. I've always been interested in that.
Yeah, I like mystery and thriller and all that. So what about you?
Oh, reading. I'm currently we do a book club once a month. Right now we're doing Dune Messiah, the second Dune book.
Oh,
I'm a
cool.
huge Dune head.
Nice.
I love Dune, and this is my favorite in the series. This is the
Nice.
second one. Um, it's the controversial sequel that not everyone likes. It's
Mm,
really hit or miss because it's very, very different than the first Dune.
okay.
Um, and it can be like, I don't want to spoil too much, but like it's not maybe what you expect it to be based on the first one.
Hmm.
A lot of people were disappointed with the way things end up playing out. Um,
Okay.
yeah, but I love Dune. It's very excited to talk about that. We're doing that on the 24th of this month.
Nice. Are they really long books? I'm assuming.
The first one's like 450 pages.
Oh, okay. That's
The
not too
second
bad.
one is like short. It's like half of that,
Oh,
like
okay.
maybe a little over 200.
Nice.
Um, yeah, so that we've been doing that. We actually, you brought up the Coraline door. We
Yeah.
just had like 9 people in here last night to all watch Coraline.
Really? That's one of
Yeah,
my favorite movies. I love Leica Studios.
yeah. Which we're gonna do a podcast on that next Monday. We're gonna talk about Coraline.
Oh, hell yeah. I got to tune in for
Yeah.
that.
Um, yeah. So that's what I've been watching. I just started Three Body Problem.
Okay.
That's an alien one. Really,
Nice.
really weird, kind of scary. Just conceptually, it's like, oh, alien stuff I hadn't considered. Like,
Ooh.
like what if aliens showed up and they're not cool?
And they're not cool.
Yeah.
Like they're like dweebs or like they're just hey guys.
That's pretty scary. No, like they're not nice.
Oh, they're not
They're
chill.
hostile.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like, what would that be like?
yeah.
That's pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
Um, so this is something I've started asking people because I've found that it's just a wealth of content.
Yeah.
Being in Tennessee, do
Hmm.
you have any scary or gross stories about bugs,
Bugs?
or like just being in
Hmm.
nature, encountering like creepy crawlies or anything? Because I mean, in Tennessee, like I've got several like involving spiders, different kinds of bugs.
Ooh.
Anything gross or like scary ever happened to you with bugs?
With bugs? That's so specific.
It is.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think anything like insane. Like, I think I've been pretty spared. My friend Rob just got like his shit rocked by some chiggers. That's how you say that, right?
Yeah,
Chiggers.
the
Yeah,
little
yeah,
red things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, that's not fun. I think, yeah, I don't know. No, yeah. I can't think
I
of
can't remember.
anything.
Are you from here?
Um, yeah, I would say so. I was born in South Carolina, but
Okay.
I came here when I was 8 months old in
Okay.
Dixon,
Okay. Yeah.
Dixon
Yeah.
County.
I mean, yeah, that's a dense area. What
Maybe
about
I
like
blocked it out.
what about non-bugs? It's like,
Non-bugs?
yeah, like animal stories, like wildlife.
Trying to, I mean, nothing like too crazy. Um, I don't know. One time, like,
Well, you're like Snow White. All the animals probably love you.
that is true. I've had some close encounters with deer, but they were really positive. I have an actual picture on my phone of I'm feeding a wild bird out of my
Uh,
hand.
you know what? I
Like,
think all the animals just know you, like, and that's why they're you don't have any stories.
I did come have like a close call with a snake, but I don't know, like, how bad it actually was because I was a kid.
Hmm.
So of course I'm like, it was gonna kill me.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Like, how old were you when that happened?
probably like 8 or 9.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I was just like, all I remember is my dad is a physical therapist and he had like a really big exercise ball and I would play with it all the time. And I was playing it with it outside and we lived like close to the woods because Dixon is close to the woods always. And it rolled down the hill and then I went down the hill and it was like by a creek. And then I just saw like a little snake, like a black snake coiled up, like looking at me. And then I was like, oh and I just like ran away, you know. But actually, now that I'm thinking about snakes, yeah, there was one time where it was the same house. My brother and I were riding bikes, and then there was a snake. And apparently it was trying to kill me. It was like slithering towards it. It was probably like a garter snake. It was probably fine. Like I try not to be like,
It's just trying to be your friend.
holding stigmas against snakes as an adult, you know. But then my neighbor just like chopped its head off like in front of us. And I'm just, you know,
typical Dixon County behavior.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't even think he thought it was dangerous. He was probably like, oh, this seems like a fun thing to do. I've had a few beers.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up in Fayetteville, and I feel like there's, like kind of just that sounds like a Tennessee story.
Oh shit, we're going snake hunting. You know, people go mudding and they go hunting for everything, and I'm like, y'all leave the animals alone.
I just noticed you do the same thing I do, where like I don't have an accent, but I can really turn it on.
Oh yeah, I can turn it on any minute. Yeah.
Shit. when I'm at work, if it's someone that I guess it's not even really that conscious. I just kind of code switch.
Yeah.
Just like, I guess this is part of sales, right? It's like off the bat, I know exactly how you want to be talked to.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so funny.
Yeah. So like I'll play it up when it's like a good old boy or something.
Uh-huh.
You know? And I'll catch myself doing it. It's not even really that intentional.
Oh yeah. Like sometimes it came out on one of our tracks. Oh yeah. I said far instead of fire. I said far multiple times. I said wolf instead of wolf. And I'm like, that's there now.
Hell yeah. I'm so glad you left it in.
I mean, I didn't notice it until afterwards. Like, that's the thing, is I'm so conscious of not doing it, but it's still, like you said, it slips out. When I was nannying my family, I used to do different characters for them. Like I would do a British lady. Her name was Evangeline, and she was very demure. She was very sweet. And her terrible aunt, Karen, who would always bully the kids, would like pretend they're running an ice cream shop, or like they were at Applebee's, and I would always demand potato skins. They always have my potato skins. I come here every Sunday and they have them. And they would be like, Miss Farren, be Karen. It was so fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's so like off the rails from what we were talking about, but
what about movies? Have you seen any good movies lately?
Movies. Well, yeah, I was watching Aquamarine before I came here. Okay. It's a mermaid movie from the 2000s. Okay. It's like my favorite. But I just finished a show called Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen on Netflix, and it was crazy. It was like a horror thriller. It's a lot bloodier than I thought, but it was really good. So I don't really want to spoil it, because it's also kind of complicated, but it's a good horror thriller if you like that vibe.
That three body problem I was telling you about is on Netflix too. If you're looking for something to watch, it is fucking scary, but it's like alien stuff.
I don't like that. I watched The Fourth Kind, and that, I think as an adult now, I'm pretty sure it's fake. Like the like documentary, like the mockumentary aspect of it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen The Fourth Kind?
No.
Oh my God. So it's supposed to be like a found footage type thing. Kind of like the Blair Witch Project in a way.
Okay.
Kind of similar to that. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but it's supposed to be real. And there's like these people they're interviewing, and they get like possessed by this like alien demon thing, and they start talking crazy. And there's like the abductions and stuff. And it was just like way too much for me. So like alien stuff does kind of freak me out. I think it's partially because I'm like, that's not totally out of the realm of possibilities.
No.
That's the thing about horror. That's what makes it so scary.
Well, while we're on the subject, I probably asked you this last time, and it's just, forgive me, but like, what do you think that there are aliens here?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. I think they could already be here, just like amongst us. But I mean, I think I talked about how I think there are some in the ocean.
Oh yeah, I remember getting into this with you last time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hard agree on that.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially like with all that shady shit they're trying to cover up right now.
mhm.
And it's like they come out and they're like, aliens are real, and then they're quiet for months. And then they're like, oh, remember that aliens are real. And it's like, but nothing is even like there's nothing coming out of it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what is actually going
Yeah.
on?
Oh, I meant to ask you this earlier. Where did you record Silverfire?
Loud and Clear in Paducah, Kentucky,
Oh, okay.
with his name is Shelby. He's awesome. He's awesome. So the studio is also kind of like a little bit of a house. So like we literally just brought air mattresses, stayed for 3 days, woke up, worked all day, went to sleep, woke up, worked all day. It was amazing. We got like 3 days, 3 songs done in 2 days.
Hell yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Actually, I remember last time you were here, you were telling me you were about to go do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
going up for a mixing session.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so we got more on the way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have three more. So yeah, be looking out for those.
Cool. Very much looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Definitely keep up with what Siren Vale's got going on. Um, but more coming soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, when was the last time you cried?
Oh, um,
That's something I've been asking everyone. Sorry to
yeah.
put you on the spot.
No, you're good. Yesterday, what did I count? No, I teared up, but I didn't quite cry. Yesterday I cried. Because I've just been like really stressed out about not having a job.
Mm,
And then I also watched a movie called Song of the Sea, which is about Selkies, and it made me cry like 5 times. So, but it's really good. It's so good. I
mm,
love animation. Um, it's a very like safe thing for me
mm.
to consume if I'm feeling overwhelmed by the world. If it's like I love Bee and Puppy Cat and Steven Universe and things like that. Stories with a lot of meaning behind them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that made me cry. What about you?
Oh man, I asked you that, and then you asked me the same thing, and I didn't have an
Yep.
answer ready.
Boomerang.
Yeah, fair. Hey, fair enough. Um, um, After this most, probably about a month ago, um, uh, I was feeling really guilty about, um, I I had this naive notion, and I'll tell you more about this afterwards.
Mhm.
Um, that as long as you don't do anything bad, then like afterlife consequences, like basically you don't go to hell unless you're a bad person.
Mhm.
And I had which is what caused like my psychosis and my panic attack, is I had like a very clear vision of a
Mhm.
hellscape.
Mhm.
And it was just extremely painful.
Mhm.
And in the days after that, I was feeling really guilty because not only did I hurt myself
Mhm.
by exploring the darkness,
Mhm.
but I've also encouraged other people to do that.
Mhm.
And I know, you know, there's this one guy who's basically my little brother who like I introduced to all of that,
Yeah.
and he's taken it and gone like way further with it than I ever did. And I can't help but feel guilty and partially responsible, not to remove his autonomy. He's an adult, he made his own decisions.
Right.
I'm not entirely responsible for that, but uh, I feel guilty about setting him on that path in the first place.
Yeah.
And I remember just getting really overwhelmed and having a good sob sesh about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was probably the last time.
Do you think you would be able to talk to him now that you're on the other side of it?
We actually talked recently.
That's
Um,
good.
he's got a whole lot going on
Yeah.
outside of that, like a bunch of other stuff going on. But he lives in like the Hollywood Hills area, but we'll like FaceTime every once in a while.
Hmm.
And like we had a long talk about it, and I expected him to be upset at me because I was like, "Hey, I'm done with this,
Yeah.
and I'm doing a complete 180.
Yeah.
I'm going the other way now."
Yeah.
And I expected him to be more upset about it. And I mean, he wasn't, thrilled about it at first. But like we actually had more of a mutual understanding than I expected.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't like, and I wouldn't really try to either, but I didn't like really persuade him against what he was doing. But I didn't really make an effort to either, just kind of like, hey, I'm worried about you
Yeah.
for this reason and other reasons,
Yeah.
right? And like I'm here for you, but like I don't think it does any good to like try and persuade people of anything. Like people are going to make their own decisions, and there's very
Yeah.
little you can actually do about that.
Yeah. And I feel like most of the time people have to learn themselves, unfortunately.
Oh, I was
They
so
have to get
stubborn.
burned.
I had to see it. I
Yeah.
had to be there before because I'm so stubborn. Like
So,
nothing my mom ever taught me,
mm,
about this stuff or like hearing other people talk about it. I had to have my face in the flames before I would learn. Um, and he's the same way, like so
yeah.
stubborn.
So, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
So, do you believe in a physical, biblical hell? Like the type of hell
That's a
that
great
is like
question.
threatened and like preached us, like fire and
Fire and
brimstone.
brimstone.
Like the classic, like lake of fire, weeping and gnashing of teeth. Do you believe that exists for bad people or people that simply don't believe in Jesus? Or like, what is your kind of perspective? Because it sounds like you had some sort of encounter. So I'm just kind of wondering, like, don't go into it any more than you're comfortable.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering what you would, I guess, assign that to.
Great question.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
so
interviewing you now.
you did this last time too. You flipped it around on me. No, I love it. Great question. So I'm going to bring it to answer that. I'm going to bring it back a little bit.
Yeah.
So we talked about this a little bit last time. I was raised Jehovah's Witness.
Yep.
They don't believe in hell.
Really?
Yeah. They're like one of the Christian denominations that doesn't believe in hell.
Okay.
And they kind of believe in heaven.
So how do they get people to join? What's the incentive?
Great question. When you find out, let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of believe in heaven. That's a whole rabbit hole. But they don't believe in hell. And they make some good points about how it's not exactly biblical.
Yeah.
The Bible doesn't really talk about hell. That's
Yeah.
more of a Catholic thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's like fan lore that's added in. It's not actually direct, really scriptural.
It's fan fiction.
There might be some like theologians, Bible people that disagree with that. There's different interpretations of it because hell is talked about, but Jehovah's Witnesses believe it's metaphorical.
Yeah.
So I was not raised believing in that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in hell.
Mm-hmm.
I have been there. I don't believe in Tennessee. I live here. I don't know what else to say about that. It's not like a philosophical thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen things, so hard for me to say no.
Yeah.
It's not a faith thing. It's I was there. There's really no other way for me to say that.
Yeah.
And I've experienced, my dumbass has been there multiple times. Like this most recent time was really jarring, and I think it's what finally shook me out of this.
Yeah.
But that is not the first time I have been there. I've told both of these stories on here, so I'll tell you after the pod. But
yeah, I'm so curious.
But to answer your question, yes.
Yeah.
I unfortunately do not think that it is for bad people. I think people get tricked.
Tricked
Hmm.
into being bad or into going there?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
Both, yes to both. I think there are there are people that I would say don't deserve it.
Yeah.
And I think that is just, is it fair? No, it's
Hmm.
not fair. But I do think that there are malevolent forces that can trick you.
Hmm.
Because I'm my whole I love magic.
Yeah.
I love
It's
magic.
so appealing.
Yes. And it has always been something I've had a strong affinity for. I never, with the black magic stuff, it's not even like I wanted to do anything bad.
Hmm.
I've always just been super, super curious.
Hmm.
I want to know.
Yeah.
And um, I have reached a level in my maturity where I now understand that not all doors should be opened.
Yeah.
Um, and that's kind of antithetical to who I am and what I've always been.
Yeah.
The only reason I have flipped on this is I've just been burned too many times. And I'm now conscious of what I put my energy into and what I allow in. Because I think mostly through trauma, I would surround myself with spirits that don't have my best interest at heart, you
Yeah.
know. Um, that's kind of that's kind of what people do sometimes is they find themselves in bad situations because that's what they think they deserve or they
Hmm.
don't see another way.
Hmm.
Um, did that answer your question?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. It's a lot to process.
Yeah. Um, I don't think it's like a God condemning you kind of thing. I think it's like
Yeah, it's
there,
not that simple.
yeah, I think you put yourself there in a way.
Like it's accessible, but it's not used as a punishment
Exactly.
necessarily.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly what you
like it's
just said.
almost like it's like another plane or
Hmm.
dimension that I don't know how you enter it. I'm just imagining like a deep meditative state and like you were saying, like psychedelics or, and just opening yourself up to it. Um, I mean, I believe as much as there is good, there is also evil and it has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Um, wow. Well, I mean, if you want to tell me afterwards how you got out of it or if there was like a certain like guardian angel or whatever, what made you turn a 180?
Yeah.
I'm very curious about this stuff.
Yeah. Um, I I think what happened with this vision I got
Mhm.
um and my buddy that I told you about, when I talked to him about it, he defaulted, he thought the exact same thing without me elaborating on it too much. That what I experienced was not a demonic attack, it was an angelic one.
Hmm.
What I don't think the demons want you to know that that's a thing. I think it was an
Um,
angelic presence that like grabbed me by the back of the head and was like, this is what you're getting into. This is what you're walking
oh,
into. Is this what you want?
yeah.
And it like scared, it scared me. It
Yeah.
scared the shit out of me. Um, and I just like, well, I'm not taking any chances with this
Yeah.
anymore. My life's going way too good for me to like be gambling,
Yeah.
you know?
And you want to be present in the tangible, real moments with the people that you love and on this plane. You don't want to be half in, half out somewhere in any sense of it. I don't think. Like, I feel like religious psychosis is real.
Mm,
And there are people that I am close to that I'm pretty sure experience that. And, it doesn't seem fun. You're not grounded.
hmm.
How can you be authentically yourself? How can you give to your relationships and just be present if you're not present?
Yeah. Actually, me and Phoenix were just talking about this, where
Oh, yeah.
it's like being grounded and just how it's like how calming that is to like it's like actually, you know what? I'm choosing reality. Like
Yeah.
I don't need, all I need is this, you know?
Yeah.
And that was a newer thing for them, and that's like a very new thing for me. Like
Yeah.
this is like all new to me, but it's been really positive. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
happy for you that you're out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, me
I
too.
can't imagine what a dark place that must be to go to.
Yeah, because like, because of how I was raised, I did the thing, like
Mm,
um it started with like it was like very atheist and then like very Satanist.
hmm
Um and then I think like it's kind of cringe, but like that's kind of what happens is that you come full circle.
hmm
Like it's like that stuff is a pendulum. Like if you swing really towards the light, you are going to have a counter reaction where you swing back this way.
hmm
And it's like I'm kind of like, and then it goes back and forth. So like
hmm
I'm more like I'm on a positive arc right now,
That's
but I'm
awesome.
not like uh I'm not trying to like proselytize or anything. This is
Yeah.
personal.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
so I think it's a little bit more balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, Farron, it's been really nice talking to you.
Yeah,
Anything else you want
absolutely.
to get into before we get out of here?
Um, no, not really. We're just working our ass off to make cool shit for everybody. So the universe is expanding. I'm making fun props. We're planning, you know, an album. So just keep watching us. We're just gonna get bigger and better.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
And thanks for coming back on. It's always such a good time talking to you.
Yeah, we really get into
We really
it.
do. We really do. This like we go like pretty deep down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey.
Hey. Well,
Oh wait,
July 11th,
July 11th.
catch
Hey,
Si-
there we go.
catch Siren Vale at the Underdog July 11th and June 23rd stream Silverfire.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Woo.